Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. 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 Yes, sir. Reporting. Acknowledge.
New construction options.
Vehicle. Roger.
Building. Construction complete. New construction options. Building.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Construction
Yes, sir.
complete.
Affirmative.
New construction options. Building.
Yes, sir. Roger. Right away, sir. Affirmative. 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 Roger. Right away, sir. You got it.
Training.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Waiting order. You got it. Affirmative. Reporting. Yes, sir.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Not a problem. You got it. Roger. Yes, sir. Yes, affirmative. Affirmative.
Training. Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Training. Unit ready.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Roger. Awaiting orders. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. Building.
Awaiting orders. Right away, sir.
Training.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Roger.
ready. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Reporting.
Construction complete. Building. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Building.
Yes,
Construction complete. Insufficient funds. Unit lost. New construction options. Unit ready. Building. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Building. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting.
Construction complete. Building. Building. Training. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. No, vehicle reporting.
Building. Unit ready.
Commander. For king and country.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Affirmative. You got it. Affirmative. You got it. Affirmative. Right away, sir. Right away, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Affirmative. You got it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got it. Affirmative. Right away, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Not a problem. Right away, sir. Affirmative. Yes, not a problem. Not a problem. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Not a problem. Not a problem. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it. You got it.
Unit ready.
Waiting affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, acknowledge. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Roger. Roger. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right away. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Knowledge. Affirmative. Knowledge.
Construction
Knowledge.
complete.
Affirmative.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Building. Construction complete. Building.
Yes, acknowledge. Waiting. Knowledge. Knowledge. Affirmative. 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 Knowledge. Yes, acknowledge. 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 Acknowledge.
Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Construction complete. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Building.
Yes, sir. Yes, affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building.
Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Construction
Acknowledge.
complete.
Yes, sir.
New construction options. Level power.
Yes,
Building.
sir. Affirmative.
Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Wait. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Building. Construction complete. On hold. Captain. Unit lost.
Vehicle. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Unit lost. Base under attack.
Affirmative.
Building. Building.
Waiting order. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Reporting. Vehicle affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Yes, sir. Knowledge. Affirmative. Knowledge. Affirmative. Knowledge. Affirmative. Vehicle. Affirmative. Waiting. Knowledge. Knowledge. Affirmative. Knowledge. Knowledge. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Knowledge. Affirmative. Knowledge.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Knowledge. 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 Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Construction complete. Building. Construction complete. Cancel. Building.
Knowledge. 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 Affirmative. Knowledge. Affirmative. 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 Knowledge.
Construction complete.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Knowledge. Knowledge. Knowledge.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Knowledge.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Right away, sir.
Unit lost. Building.
Yes, sir. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Vehicle reported.
Unit lost.
Acknowledge.
Building.
Waiting order. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Unit
Acknowledge.
lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Waiting knowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Building. On hold. Cancel.
Waiting order. Yes. Acknowledge. Reporting. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Building. Cancel.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Yes, sir.
Construction
Acknowledge.
complete. Building.
Yes, sir.
Structure sold. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Reporting. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Awaiting order. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds. Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Awaiting order. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Report. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Construction complete.
Yes, affirmative. Affirmative.
On board. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Yes, acknowledge. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Building.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Awaiting order. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit boss.
Waiting.
Unit
Acknowledge.
ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Construction complete.
Affirmative.
Building.
Reporting. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Yes, acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. 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 Acknowledge.
Unit boss.
Vehicle. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Yes, affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, acknowledge. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Acknowledge.
Building.
Report. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Building.
Reporting. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit
Yes,
boss.
yes,
Unit ready.
yes, sir.
Unit boss.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
On hold. Cancelled.
Waiting. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Waiting. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Reporting. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Insufficient funds.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting.
Structure sold.
Yes, sir.
ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Base under
Acknowledged.
attack.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. 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 Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
On hold. Building. Unit ready. Construction complete. Building. Structure sold.
Reporting. Waiting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Construction complete. Building.
Waiting order. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds. Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Construction complete. Building.
Vehicle report. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative.
Building. Building.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting order.
Unit ready. Construction complete. Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting order. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Primary building set. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting orders.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete. Building. On hold. Building. Unit ready. Building.
Yes,
Construction
affirmative.
complete.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building. Building. Construction complete. Unit ready. Building.
Reporting. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Yes, acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Construction complete. Primary building set. On
Reporting.
hold.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building. On board.
Affirmative.
Prepared.
Acknowledged.
Prepared.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Waiting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Knowledge. Affirmative. Knowledge. Affirmative. Reporting.
Unit boss.
Knowledge. Knowledge. Yes, Roger. Affirmative.
Unit boss. Building. Unit
Knowledge.
boss.
Affirmative.
Unit boss. Building.
Got it.
Unit boss. Unit boss. Unit boss.
Knowledge.
Construction complete. Unit ready. Building.
Knowledge.
Unit boss. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Yes, acknowledge. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Waiting order. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Building.
Yes, sir. Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Report. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Ready.
Yes, affirmative. Affirmative. Knowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Knowledge. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Building. On board.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Awaiting order. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir.
Building.
Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Reporting.
Unit ready.
Acknowledge. Vehicle report. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Construction
Yep.
complete.
Affirmative.
Cannot deploy unit. New construction options.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Mission accomplished.